Hey everybody, I'm Rick Beato. For those of you that have been watching my channel for the past couple of years, you know that I have some different terminology that I use for triads. I don't just stick to the typical major, minor, diminished, and augmented. Major, minor, diminished, augmented. I add in things like suspended 4 triads. That would be a C sus4 triad, or C, F, G. Or a C Lydian triad, C, F sharp, G. That raised fourth comes from the Lydian mode. Or C, D flat, G, which I call a Phrygian triad, 1 flat 2 5. That comes from the Phrygian mode. I also have the sus2 triad. These are all commonly used triads, especially the sus2 and sus4. Let me show you how these are derived and the concept behind them. Let's begin with the key of C major. Let's take a C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then repeats. If I take every triad in there, for example, C major, and I raise the third and lower the third to the next neighboring scale tone. So upwards it would be C sus4, and downwards it would be C sus2. Those are the suspensions of that chord. If I go to D minor, we have D minor, D sus4, D sus2. On E minor, we have E minor, E sus4, and then E Phrygian. Why do I call it Phrygian? Because it's a 1 flat 2 5 formula. Then we have F major, F Lydian, F sus2. We have G major, G sus4, G sus2. We have A minor, A sus4, A sus2. Then we have B diminished. We have B sus4 flat 5, and we have B flat 2 flat 5. The flat 2 flat 5 triad I call the Locrian triad because it has the characteristic flat 2 and flat 5 notes of the Locrian mode. Today's video is going to be talking about compound triads over bass notes. So the concept here is taking two different triads from the same scale, putting one triad in one hand and the other in the other hand, and then putting a bass note under it. We're going to start with the A Aeolian mode, which would be the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And we're going to take two triads from that. I'm going to take a C sus4 triad, and I'm going to take an F Lydian triad. I'm going to play those and put A in the bass. That will give me that A Aeolian sound. Now, the way I notate it is this. We would have the C sus4, which would be in the left hand on the left side, the F Lydian, which would be in the right hand on the right side, and then over the A bass note. Okay, so let me demonstrate this. You've got C sus4 in the left hand, F Lydian in the right hand, and A in the bass. You can arpeggiate them like this, then up the octave. So these triads all come from the A Aeolian scale. The C sus4 and the F Lydian are both part of the scale. They just happen to sound really good together. We could take another mode like F Lydian. Once again, all the white notes. It's a major scale, F major scale with a sharp 4, or it's the fourth mode of C major. I can take two chords out of that. Let's say, once again, C sus4 and E minor over F. Okay, so you can do the same thing. Let's take a listen to a little piece with the C sus4 and F Lydian over A. Here's an example with C sus4 over E minor over F, or F Lydian. We can also use the scale in other modes, like the melodic minor or modes of the melodic minor scale. For example, C altered dominant. Okay, so we could use something like E flat chordal over E augmented. E flat chordal, E augmented over C. Let's check out a piece using E flat chordal over E augmented. We can also grab two different triads from the C altered dominant scale, such as A flat augmented over F sharp Lydian over C. Let's check it out. Don't forget, you can take any inversion of any of these chords. I can take that F sharp Lydian chord, I can invert it here with the sharp 4 in the bass, or I can put the 5th in the bass, or I can use it as a spread triad, for example, and I can play an inverted A flat augmented over C. Let's say we take a mode out of the harmonic minor scale, like Lydian sharp 9. Let's say A Lydian sharp 9, for example, and I take two triads from that. I actually did a video on the Lydian sharp 9 scale. And I can take A minor, I played it in inversion, then A flat sus 4. You can also use two other triads from the scale. Let's say A diminished and F sharp minor. That would sound like this. Ooh, like that. You could use both of those back to back, for example. The first example that I used, which was A flat augmented over F sharp Lydian, to A diminished over F sharp minor. That's a beautiful combination right there. You can also do it with the diminished scale, for example. If you go back to one of my videos, I think I have 3 videos on the diminished scale that you should definitely check out. But you can take triads out of the diminished scale. For example, if I take the F tonic diminished, which is the whole half diminished, and I take 2 triads out of that, let's say D flat Lydian and G major over F. Now I could move it up the octave, I could spread them, or maybe go like this. That's nice. So I have this in second inversion, the D flat Lydian chord over G major over F. It's really a beautiful sound. Once again, don't forget to invert your chords. I had that one where it was the E minor over B flat minor over F. And the E minor chord was in second inversion. The B flat minor was in root position over F. Now, I could take that B flat minor and I could interlock them. Or I could play the E minor in root position. So both chords are in root position. Or I could bring them down the octave and give it a darker feel. That's beautiful. I love that sound. You can take advantage of all these different ideas. Inversions, spread triads. The first, you have to know what triads are in each scale. And that you can find out in the Beato Book, which you can find on my website. That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe here. I've got a podcast now that you can find on the Google Play Store, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you find podcasts. Follow me on Instagram at RickBeato1. And if you want to support the channel even more, and I can use the support, become a member of the Beato Club. Thanks for watching.